So yeah, I was always interested in the medical field. I never really knew what I wanted to do exactly, career-wise, but once I kind of got my foot in the door with Sloan, I sort of figured out that I wanted to go to PA school. And as far as being interested in the research world goes, I really got into that in my senior year of college when I worked with Dr. Cutter in her lab at Malloy and worked with one of her research projects over the summer, and that's kind of really where I fell in love with it. At Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center, I am a research technician, which that means is I pretty much work closely with my principal investigator and pretty much do whatever she needs me to do in reference to our projects that we're all working on. And I kind of go forth with isolating DNA from cells or scraping slides with tumors on them so that we only get tumor cells, or isolating RNA, and then I coordinate with outside institutions in order to sequence our DNA or RNA and get data back from them and all that good stuff.
Okay. Sweet.
So in my field at Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center, I work as a gynecologic oncology research technician, and what I do, I work mostly with ovarian cancer, and with that I usually go into the operating room with all the surgeons and I get tissue fresh from the patients, from their surgeries, from their debulkings. And I would go back to the lab and I take the tumor, I cut it into tiny pieces, and I dissociate it into a single cell suspension, and then I can use that to stain with antibodies and run through flow cytometry, which is pretty much like marking different cells for different markers and proteins that they have on the exterior. And we use that in order to see how the immune system reacts with ovarian cancer in the realm of making sure that immunotherapy is actually going to work for ovarian cancer as a viable treatment option. So in my time at Memorial, I have come into contact with a few patients that were under the care of my boss, my principal investigator, in her clinic. And it really was inspiring to see these women that were going through such a difficult time in their lives sit there and hear news whether they had cancer or how treatments were responding to their disease, and see them sit there with such courage and hear the news without being really truly affected by it. It was really inspiring, and I really hope that I can one day be a part of that field and help those patients on that journey through that tough road that they're going to be on to make it a little bit easier for them. I hopefully see myself in 5 years working as a physician assistant, hopefully in the oncology field, maybe working in primary care or some sort of healthcare field, but definitely as a physician assistant. Where that's going to take me, I'm not too sure yet, but that's the main goal as of right now. For Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center has definitely affected me in a positive way. With that, I would say that it affected me, that I see just how far cancer affects people, from kids to old people to adults to teenagers. It can really affect anybody and everybody, and we really need to find some sort of viable, sustainable cure for these patients. And it's good to see the courage that these people face this deadly disease with each and every day. It's truly inspiring.